Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground. Shit.
Radio Underground, special live stream edition. Michigan has the game well in hand, so we're going to talk about that. But I want to just make sure, Andrew, is my voice at least clear? I'm not breaking up. The song sounds like it too. How's the voice sound? That's the main thing. Is the talking okay? That's all that matters. Cool. Yeah, I tried something different tonight. I have a little desktop USB mic that runs through this. It comes with this little software. I just wanted to try it to see how it works. Apparently, it's not good for the sounds or the music. Let me, how does Pussy Lip sound?
We looking for some niggas who be sucking pussy lip.
Does Pussy Lip sound okay? Or Dethroned? How does Pussy Lips and Dethroned sound? Just curious. Al's supposed to be calling in a minute, but he's an addict. He's got to watch the entire game's over, so I don't know where Al is. By addict, I mean sports addict. Dethroned sounds amazing. Okay. Well, anyway, 26-0 about the game we wanted to. It sounds about the same. Okay. Whatever, man. Just glad we could get everything situated. I just wanted to try this new thing. It's virtual software. And when I have all the other guys over, I have my Rodecaster out, and I got to run a bunch of wires, and it's big. It takes up my whole desk. This is just a little mic. And I just wanted to say, as long as you can hear me talk, I guess that's all that matters. I just wanted to try this little virtual interface. But as long as you can hear what I'm saying. Nothing beats hardware. That's true. 100%. 100%. I just long as you, like I said, this is it's just sitting on the desk. It's not going to sound as good as the other. I know for a fact it's not going to sound as good as how we normally do. But I just wanted to, this is like the just bare minimum, bare bones setup. You know, that's all I wanted to see how that went. But yeah, Michigan wins the Big Ten, third year in a row. And I would like to point out that Eric, the whole fucking reason I did this show was because of Eric. And he has not responded to any of my texts. I've sent him texts, links. Hey, you can join the show. We're going to do this with you. Where the fuck is Eric? Eric, I did this whole thing for you, and you're not even here. Okay? Because we have a tradition. It's the third year in a row Michigan's won the Big Ten title, and he's called in. I wasn't even going to do the show tonight because Brian had stuff to do. Al's supposed to call in, but he's incredibly old and he doesn't know anything about technology. Come on, Al. I don't have my Rodecaster set up, so I can't do a phone call to freaking threaten anybody, but I don't know. Whatever. We got 5 viewers. I guess we can talk about Michigan being great. This year they look real good. Coach comes back. They win 26-0. Al's being lame. We need to get him in here. But Eric, I have a particular beef with Eric because Eric talked me into doing the show. He said, every year I call in when we do the Big Ten championship. Come on. I wasn't going to do a show tonight. Where is he? Where is he? GGWP. What's up, Big Bird? You want to, I know Big Bird will get in here. I'll give him the link. Fuck it. Let me see if I can get the link. Yeah, Big Bird. Yeah, DFK. We don't do that either. But I was doing the show because a rather large individual wanted me to do it for him. I figured he'd call in. and now he's not here. So let me paste this. There's the link. You want to get in here and talk some college football? Because I think we're going to be seeing Georgia. I really think we're going to be seeing them. I think that's how it's going to go. And it's going to be I don't know. I don't know how they'll do against Georgia. But they're in. Michigan's in the freaking top 4 again. Hopefully they don't fucking screw the pooch. And everything looks okay. Big Bird's from Georgia, and they've smacked us around as of late. So there he is. Big Bird, are you there? Can you hear me? Got him in. I don't hear any sound or see him. Big Bird, are you there? I'm not hearing any sounds. Remember, when you send the link, agree to the camera's kind of irrelevant. I don't care, but turn on your audio. That's the main thing. Your audio, so we can talk to you. That we can at least do. Big Bird. I'm in the room trying to sound. Okay. Yeah, I can't. I'm not hearing anything from you, dude. Here. Nothing. Nothing at all. So we'll get rid. Our offense is terrible. Marky, why are you not in here? Why are you not in here, Marky? This whole thing's about you, man. I'm gonna Abe Cage, free me. I'll get you out. So here, let me put the link in again. That's the link to join. Click it. Try to get in. There's the link. Get in. All right, let's try it again. All right, heard something. Heard a click. Can you hear me, Big Bird? Can you hear me at all? This sucks. My awesome stream idea failing right before your eyes. See, all right, here we go. All right, Edging at Covenant. Are you in? There you are. Okay, there. I see you. There. There we go.
Hey, it ain't failing, bro.
What's going on?
Oh, there I am.
Oh, there you are. All right. All right. Can you guys hear me at least?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. I see Eric, but I don't hear him. That big Scandinavian head of his. Big Scandinavian. No sound, Eric. No sound. Marky, no sound. Oh, great. Can we lost one? You guys have perfect connection too. This is
Yeah, nice 1080p.
yeah. Well, it's
I don't know.
720p, but I mean, you guys have full bars. I'm looking at you have full bars of connection there. The other guy that joined, he had pretty crappy connection. But wait, Eric, I think I heard something. Talk. No, god damn it. Here, I'm gonna boot you, Eric. Rejoin. Make sure to accept the audio too. Let it grab your microphone. Anyway, Big Bird. Looks like we're in a collision course together again. Seems like it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
I'm looking over that them blowing it to Alabama, but I guess par for the course, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
I really don't know what to tell you,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't know. The Wolverines might get lucky this time. It's kind of
Yeah, I don't know. They look better this time around. They're gelling at the right time. I was kind of worried because when they played Maryland, they didn't look so good a few times ago. But as they moved towards the playing Ohio State, and then they beat Iowa about how they should have beat them, in my opinion. So,
well, I
Hey.
don't know. I was under the impression that Iowa was fairly competent, or like it still was up there.
No,
There you go.
they're Iowa.
they're Iowa.
Oh,
No.
There you go. I can hear you.
No, they're the best team in the West, which is like being the least retarded kid in the special ed class.
I have
Yeah.
seen Iowa fans before, and they're an eccentric bunch.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen guys like chewing on their key cards and like having that hawk mask over their head halfway.
Licking windows.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, no, the only game I seen at the big house, I went to one, and it was against Iowa, and like their fans tried to pick fights with like me and a couple of my buddies like twice, like two different groups. They were quite ornery little pricks. But so
Man, when I went 2 years ago. I want to say, I'm sorry, I don't know your other buddy's name on here. I want to say he was on the chat then too. Remember when I went to the game?
yeah,
And the Iowa fans were all really nice.
we got an anonymous account here smoking weed. That's not crack, is it? I really don't want that to be crack.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you think
Why
I
you
am
so-
now?
Why are you so judgy?
Cracks usually come in small
I'm not
parts.
judging anybody. I'm not
Look at you judging people.
I look, dude. I do a fucking show looking like this. I don't judge a fucking person. Don't
I
worry
think
about it.
edging should be allowed everywhere. If I can't edge right now, what is the point of my existence? I
Fair
feel like you
enough.
should be able to edge in the streets right now. Because if you ain't busting, how is it illegal?
What, busting a load?
Yeah,
Not-
if you bust, how is it like if you're just sitting there just edging and not busting, is it illegal?
Should it be illegal just to? I don't know.
Hey, can I come to
Edging?
Covenant, bro?
Absolutely not. If you
Is
can't
that one of
edge,
your
you
hom-
can't
is that
come
one
to
of your
Covenant.
homies?
Let
Or
me
is this one-
let me edge with
or
you,
did
bro.
did 4chan finally discover my fucking shitty live stream?
A little bit of both. A little bit of
A little
both.
bit about that face. Well, I'm glad to have you.
Glad to be here. Not a better place to be on a Sunday afternoon, I think.
Not. Oh, there's any place is better than being here, but thanks for coming anyway. So, Andrew, what are you up to, man?
I don't know. I'm interested in this edging concept. Other than that, I'm just chilling.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I don't do a lot of edging anymore. If with blood pressure meds, if I can get hard, I'm just going for it, right? There is no edge.
Oh, see, that's the thing, man. You can't
Just
live
going right
without edge. That's all it is for me, all day. Just boom, 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 boom.
All
And
day,
that's how
every
it's
day?
done.
Two
Just
days
got
after
24/7?
November,
Is
they
it-
can't even take themselves over the edge. They're still.
Is it a young guy
It's
thing to
actually
just?
slang for it.
Is
It's
it a
called.
young guy thing to like just film half your face?
No, I just
I
don't
just see
really
your
have a.
eyes.
I don't
That's
got a
it.
camera set up. My camera setup
like
is
a-
like a wall.
Hey, man. Like, that's cool, man. I'm glad you're here.
Hell yeah! I figured I might as well at least pitch in on my topic. You feel? Because like I feel strongly about this. If I if I can't go out on the streets and edge, I think there's no point. That's just my
Yeah.
point.
Fair enough.
It's a way of life, I think.
It
The
is.
way of
I want you guys to do something. Do not do it on stream, but on your own spare time, go on a website called reddit.com and look up goon caves. And let me tell you, that's what I aspire to have in life is a goon cave.
uh,
Yeah,
I'll look it
I've
up. I'll
unfortunately
look it up when I
ventured
get off.
into
Hell yeah.
Yes, just do
I'm not
not
going to
look
end
it
up
up.
on a list if I look it up, am I?
Oh, no. But
I
if
would
you like
imagine-
stream it while looking it up, you might get burned.
Yeah,
Just
wide
burn.
receiver.
Just go
Shit
under
might get
anonymous.
The guy on TV.
Go under anonymous. You'll be good.
Changed it to a DB,
All
and
right.
now he's probably going to be a
Yeah, be
first or second on the draft pick.
I'm gonna turn you up a little bit, Big Bird. You're lower than the other guys.
well, I'm saying just be prepared if you're going to go under there. You're going to be expecting a lot of the fat guys with dragon dildos.
Oh,
among other
okay.
things.
There we go. Look. Yeah. Oh, I happened to notice there. I was outside doing work. Look at that. Kind of filthy here.
Ooh,
All right, whatever.
A little dusty.
And by like working, I mean I fell. But yeah. All right, there you go. Look at his eyes. This guy's too much. All right. Now, Eric, what are your predictions for Michigan outright? What do you think is going to happen?
Our offense has looked really bad for several weeks now. We were playing Iowa and kicking field goals. I don't know. Loveland, his hands are like stone. He dropped two. One of them was a big gainer too. Hit him square in the hands. McCarthy's throwing the ball well. His completion percentage is stupid high, like 80%.
Yeah.
But I mean, the reality of it is,
McCarthyism.
we should have hung 40 points on Iowa like we do every time, and they just came out kind of flat, which is regardless of who's ever coached them for my entire life watching Michigan football. Every
Yeah.
time we've got a big game, we either come out flat to a trash opponent and play down to their level, or we play a big opponent and then we come out flat and play down to their level. And that's what they did tonight with Harbaugh coming back. I was really not impressed.
No.
That is a very true
Well-
statement right there. I don't think I've ever heard a more true statement.
Yeah.
I mean, we easily should have put 40 on them tonight. There's no reason for it. We couldn't run the ball. The pass blocking, instead of oh man, his name escapes me now, mostly because I'm a little drunk. That guard that
His
got
name's
his
Edging.
knee-
He's right there, Edging.
not
What?
edging.
I know it is. I'm just
What are
fucking
they
with
saying about me?
you. He said you got an LED light on your forehead there.
Oh yeah, I do. It's actually a
Yeah.
red one.
Yeah. It's-
But no, that guy that got hurt last week, they shuffled the line around, and our line looked awful. We gave up more sacks against Iowa than we probably gave up for 6 games this season. Everybody kept talking about how their defense is good. Their defense is good. It should be good. They play Iowa State. They play Illinois. They play every other cup of shit team in the West. I mean, and it's no surprise. Those teams are a joke.
no.
Like you don't allow a lot of points when you play a bunch of Big Ten trash teams that nobody will ever take seriously. So I don't think that Iowa was that good. I think we really played poorly and really played down to the competition. Sanders still, though, he got player of the game, forced 2 fumbles. That guy's everywhere. That dude's
They
been
just
one of
so
the
bad.
most crucial guys for Michigan football for like the last
Al, what's
2
up?
years.
Al is finally here.
Yep. I'm here.
Oh, I actually got called out in the comments. Did you guys pray today?
No.
You didn't.
No.
You know what happens if you didn't pray today?
Demons tear my flesh off for eternity.
Oh no. Even worse. Even worse. I made a song about it.
All right, Edge, play your song.
Did you pray today? Did you pray today? Cause if you didn't, I just might have to dig you down against the shit.
All right, dude. Tell you what, I love the energy. I'm gonna give you your own segment because you're fucking killing me. But we're gonna talk college football with us elders. So we're gonna boot you for now. But I want you to come on here, man.
You better. I don't know how to.
I'll get you in here, man. You're
Okay.
all right. You're fucking hilarious. See you later, kid.
Sayonara.
All right, bye. That kid was like a spastic nephew, man. It's like,
Who
I'll
was
get him
that?
in here. I can use him. I
Who
can
was
use that.
that?
I can use that energy. I can definitely use that energy for sure. Now, Al, what'd you think of the game?
Kind of, it was boring a little, but yeah, it was pretty good.
So are you and Eric doing the 1980s? Anybody could run it up on these bums. You're both doing that. You're both
Well,
doing the run it up on the bums thing.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like we always we do this to them every year. It's nobody's even trying to beat them in their division, I guess, 'Cause it's them every year. What, 3 years in a row now?
Yeah.
No,
3
it
years
was
now.
who was it last year?
No, I thought it was last year. Did we play them last year? I don't remember.
I know it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, we beat the shit out of them.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, if we go on to play Georgia and get smacked around again, then they're going to say the same thing about us.
Yeah.
They lost today too.
Georgia lost to Alabama.
Oh, I forgot about that. That did happen.
I'd laugh my balls off if Georgia didn't make it into the playoffs. They go undefeated for 2 years, lose one game, and be out of it.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, they got complacent. It just
You already know what's going to happen. They're going to let Georgia and Alabama in, and it's going to be Michigan, and probably I don't know. What do you think? Washington State
Yeah,
or
Probably gonna be
Washington
Washington.
or
Yeah.
Florida State?
I think it'll be Washington.
No,
But I
watched
don't know, man, because Florida State, man, their defense is really good, man. And for them, they played really good this year. But I don't know. It's hard to say. They're not keeping any. There's going to be an SEC team, one at least one.
No, I think they're going to put 2 in
I think so too.
because.
But what about Texas though? They beat Alabama. Did they beat Alabama this year?
I don't think they make it in. I think that all this stuff has done exactly what they wanted to do, which everybody knew 10 years ago they were going to go to an 8 or a 16 team playoff because there was no more money in it.
Yeah.
So they drum up all this bullshit ass controversy by intentionally letting teams that are trash in so they can get stomped, which was supposed to be TCU, but well, that didn't work out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No,
the
that didn't
single
work out
most
at all.
embarrassing championship loss in forever.
That was another game where Michigan did their famous, we're only going to play 2 quarters of football, and they still could have won that damn game. If they would have played 2 quarters and 3 minutes, they would have won that game.
Yeah.
So here's Iowa, Utah State, Iowa State, Western Michigan, Penn State, and they lost. Michigan State, Purdue, Wisconsin,
Marky McSnowman. I like your name,
Minnesota.
man. Marky McSnowman.
Minnesota Northwestern, Rutgers, Illinois, who they hung 15-3 with Illinois. Man, that was a fucking barn burner. Nebraska, Like, good grief. Like, these guys scored 13, 15, 22, 10, or in a loss, 15, 20 points. 26 points is their highest output of the. Oh, no, wait. 41 on Western Michigan. We're not going to count that. They're god awful. Michigan should have beat their brains out tonight. If they would have even kicked a field goal, I would have been pissed and shut my TV off. Oh shit, that's not acceptable.
Dude. Yeah, that's my thing with them is I want them to win a national championship and not a co-champ. I'm still bummed about 97, even though I was like 19 when that happened. I'm still mad about that shit.
Everybody knows that we would have beat Nebraska's ass that year, and I'm old, and I was there. That team was freaking special. This team's good, but it wasn't near like that team.
No, not at all. Not at all. But they have a chance at winning. They have a chance. But
we played Purdue last year in the championship.
That's correct. I was trying to look it up.
Yeah, we played Purdue. Yeah, I thought we played Iowa. I couldn't remember. That was kind of a nothing game.
I mean, what's
though.
the damn difference? Purdue,
Yeah, right.
Iowa,
Right?
Wisconsin. Wisconsin's good every 8 years.
Yeah,
Everybody's like, oh, they've got a running back that's really fat but can run.
they were good when they had that crowd crush.
I wish it happened again. In Ohio.
They were yeah. We need a Travis Scott situation at the Horseshoe.
I swear, like every time like Penn State plays at Ohio State, I've never prayed so hard for a tactical fucking nuke to go off.
I went to like a European football game, like people throwing smoke grenades and like fighting in the stands.
Yeah, them soccer hooligans. Good grief! If I didn't have children, I'd love to go to some shit like that. That'd be the best
They
time
go hard,
ever.
dude. They don't care.
They're like it's like an entire sport of Raider fans.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. It's like the Raiders versus like the Eagles on a neutral site. They're just a bunch of godless heathens that need purged from the earth. But God, I love to watch them go at it.
I don't know though. Like, Raiders are a bunch of like cosplay nerds. They just want to dress up like the Road Warriors. I mean, you're looking for like vitriolic like fighting fans, but probably like I've probably seen more like 49ers or like Kansas City Chiefs fighting in the stands than anybody else.
Well, I heard my buddy, and I don't know if Marky can confirm this, but he went and he saw an interleague game between the Detroit Tigers, and the fucking Cubs, and he said fights were breaking out nonstop.
I bet
it just kept fucking happening at Wrigley Field. Because the Detroit fans, when they play the Cubs, there's like 10 or 15,000. There's enough people there to put up a fight against the Cub fans. So it's like it's not even, but it's enough to where when shit goes down, it's I guess it's significant. So I don't know. Have you been to when the Tigers come in there? Because my buddy said fights just kept breaking out like one after another.
I would.
I remember
baseball of all things.
I remember being at a game where the Tigers are in town against the Braves, and it was like nothing but elation. Like everyone was friendly, and they all clapped Miguel Cabrera. And
nice.
There was like a play where like the third baseman. It was like Austin Riley. They thought they tagged the guy, but then he didn't, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, he got there in time." So
yeah. Well, most people are cool, but I think if you get like the power drunks, and like I said, Chicago's pretty close. You know, it's not that far, so maybe people go there and pick a fight. But I know I was at about 2 or 3 different when we played the Indians at Comerica Park, and their fans were pretty cool. We didn't talk about the fucking college football at all. That might have started a fight, but the Indians fans were all right.
Yeah.
They were sitting right in front of us. But yeah, I guess the worst sporting event my buddy ever, Al knows him, Kent. Remember Kent?
Yep.
He said he went to Wrigley Field and he goes, Tiger fans and Cubs fans were just wailing on each other, and it just kept fucking happening. It just kept.
It's so hilarious. It's so hilarious.
See, I feel like in that sort of situation, like ideally it would be Tigers against White Sox fans, but since like the Sox are like digging a hole to China right now, that's like the second.
Yeah,
it's probably like the second best option, I guess.
I think there's more of an attraction to go to Wrigley Field than, I don't know what is their new stadium. I'm still old. I know the old Comiskey Park was like 100 years old, but what's a new one there they got going now?
Like, was it like U.S. Cellular Field or something?
I have
I
no
think
idea.
I think it's called Some Jew Bank Stadium.
Jupak Shakur.
Steinberg Blatt Stadium.
Sandberg Flat. Yeah.
Hey, I know that Mike wouldn't do it because he's a shut-in. I tried to pay for his ticket to get him to go to the Big Ten championship game 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But if you ever want to see some hellacious fights, old Soldier Field, man, they used to get it in, and the guys that could fight the best were the security guards.
Yeah, I imagine.
I swear to God, they had back in the day, old Soldier Field. They used to have Garcia security. And I watched them literally fuck this guy up really bad. Like, I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
It seems a bit excessive. And then one guy, they grabbed him by his hair. This guy, they had him by the hair, and the guy reached up because he's getting his fucking hair pulled out, and they drug him down the stairs. And when I say drug him down the stairs, if you look at Old Soldier Field, they drug him down like, I don't know, like 15, 18 rows of stairs by his hair.
those were kind of
other guys were beating his ass the whole way down too.
They don't call it Soldier Field for nothing.
You didn't fuck around there. Like, if you went there and started a fight, the drunk guy you were fighting wouldn't whip your ass, but security would beat your brains out.
Yeah, I don't know. The most sporting events that I went to, everybody was pretty cool. My sister was telling the story. Of all things, I fucking shoved a guy down about 10 stairs, and he did the fucking barrel roll at a Primus show. The fucking Les Claypool Primus.
Yeah.
Yeah, some couple went to. They were like a meek couple, and they went to fucking. Go get refreshments. I don't know. They just went to, they were gone for like 10 minutes. Two young dudes like sat in their seats. They came to sit down, and it was me, my sister, and now my brother-in-law was their boyfriend at the time. And he was like, and they were trying to tell him, hey, these kids sat down, and they were like, hey, dude, you can't take these people's seats. Then the people came back, and they were still fucking goon squad. I have a bad idea. I don't know if I want to answer that phone. We're getting a call in, but it's a goon squad. I know it's. I don't know if I want to do it. So, anyways, I shoved the dude fucking wouldn't get up for the couple who paid for those seats. I said, hey, dude, you got to move. Come on. And he wouldn't do it. And then he fucking did the thing where he got like an inch from my face and did the Stone Cold Steve Austin thing right in my face.
Yeah, right up in
and
there.
I fucking shoved his ass, and and those were those cement stairs.
It was about that time.
Yeah, and he went fucking rolling. Security came. They didn't do a thing to me. They started fucking beating him up. They started beating him.
That's what it's like. You put your hands in your face, and you're like, it's about that time that I racked him down fucking stairs.
Yeah, and one of the security guys, this This is fucking like 6'5" black guy who just gave me the head nod. Like, yeah, you're good. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yep.
He apparently saw the whole thing, and someone took the seats. I'm taking a huge risk here. Let's do it.
Uh-oh.
Hey, real
right,
quick,
man.
going back to last year in the Big Ten, when Purdue won it, they lost to Penn State. They lost to Syracuse because they're a powerhouse. Wisconsin, Iowa, and
Jesus.
Michigan, and then lost their bowl game, 63-7 versus LSU. So they were representing.
I remember that.
They were representing big time.
Don't they have a new coach this year?
Does it matter?
No. I was just like, they. I think the coach got fired after all that.
Had the coach stayed there more than 3 years?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Probably not. But that's how badass the West
The
the
West.
West champ was. Is they literally lost 32-29 to Syracuse.
All right, let me do the host thing. All right, Goon Squad, you're live on Radio Underground. What do you got to say? Goon Squad, how you doing?
Back.
Hey, wait, it's you. I didn't totally anticipate this.
Yes, I had to change names.
Yeah, you're all right, man. What do you got to say, Goon Squad? You're live on the air.
I don't know. I've been thinking over it, and like, Ratatouille is a really good movie. I can't understand why people try to argue that and say Ratatouille is not a good movie. Ratatouille is an amazing movie. It is one of the best movies ever made because it's not even about the rat. It's about the message it displays. Ratatouille has the best message because it's a rat that came from the streets, nothing. And he became the best cook in the world because some guy let him. In life, that's all it takes is somebody just has to let you do something. So why can't they let me edge?
Good point, Goon Squad. Good point. I got another question for you, Goon Squad. Are you still listening?
Yes, you're very quiet for some reason, but yes.
Have you ever heard of Templeton?
Of what?
Templeton.
I don't think I have.
He was the rat from Charlotte's Web. You ever read Charlotte's Web in school?
I did.
He was a rat. Have you ever heard of Nicodemus?
What?
Nicodemus, another rat.
No.
See, you don't even know all the famous rats, and you're going to come in here telling me about rats?
Yeah. I'm just saying in particular Ratatouille.
All right. I want you to go home, young man, and I want you to read up on Nicodemus. And then you're going to come back here next week, and we're going to talk about Nicodemus.
Okay.
All right. Get off my show. All right.
Who is that?
You didn't even quiz him on who was a bit in an American Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Five-O Mouskowitz?
Five-O
Well, there's a mouse.
Mouskowitz, yeah. Hey, what do you think about Five-O Mouskowitz there, Eric? Got an opinion on that? Who's your guys' favorite fictitious rat? I'm gonna give edging guy.
Is it just a coincidence that Mouskowitz and a rat are one and the same? Is it a coincidence?
No.
So who is that Goon Squad dude? Is that somebody we know? I can't see him. Oh, okay.
He's some kid. He's been trolling me. I'm letting him do it. It's fine. We got
that made some yeah, it was pretty interesting.
No, I like him. I'll have him on, but we're talking college football.
Yeah, right.
Any other time I talk to him for 2 hours. I don't give a shit. We'll talk about rats all night if you want.
Speaking of rats, do you remember was it Babe in the Pig City or the Big City? It was like the gang of the mice that tormented him.
Yeah, I do.
Did they have names, or they were just a thing?
I don't really remember that.
I never saw that.
Now, Nicodemus is from The Secret of Nim. So if you're out there, Edge, and you're still watching,
I know that.
Why I don't know, you would be. Because we're incredibly old. But let's say you're out there. Look up Secret of Nim Nicodemus.
That I
When you
remember.
come back here.
I remember that. That was from like the 80s, early 80s.
Yep, from 80s. Yep. And then Fievel's the whole Jew thing, triggering Eric over there.
The rescuers were rats, right? Or were they mice?
The secret of Nim, there were mice. The story was centered around mice, but rats were like the hierarchy. You know what I mean? They're up the chain. So it wasn't all
like
rats. It was on
the
all. It was
alpha
mice
predators,
too.
the bunch.
Yeah. Get another guy in here. Wait, no, never mind. He left. Okay. Where'd you go, Alan? Did you fall somewhere?
I'll be right back.
I mean, are you even gonna ask me who my favorite rats are?
I know who yours is, but I want you to say it. Say it.
I mean, are you talking about like Benjamin? What's his name?
Benjamin Buttons.
Yeah.
No. You know, Benjamin. What's his name?
Franklin.
Netanyahu.
Oh yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I know what you're saying. So, guys,
I mean, because technically, you know.
yeah, I know what you mean. So here, I'm gonna keep it to keep it on topic of college football.
Are we talking about Jewish rats? I mean, rats or football?
We're gonna talk about football for one last segment here.
All right, I got the wrong screen up. Then hold on.
All right. All I got to ask you guys: who do you think is going to win the national championship this
Michigan.
year? Michigan's going to do it. All right.
Done.
I think they're going to do it. I think so
Michigan.
too.
I'm gonna
I'm
go
not being a
wild
homer.
card
I
and say
really
that
think they're going to do it.
Bama.
I'm not gonna lie. This is probably the most wide open year ever.
Yeah. I agree.
With Georgia losing and Michigan winning game after game against, I mean, even Iowa, high level opponents running the ball 42 times for 78 yards. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a Wolverines Bulldogs is gonna. It's not gonna be like a blowout like it was 2 years ago. It's gonna come a little closer.
I live in Tennessee, and I swear to God, there's so many Bulldogs and Alabama fans here. It's disgusting. And I have run into more and more Michigan fans, including a couple in Kroger the other day. There's like I'm in bumfuck Tennessee, and there's a lot of Michigan fans around here.
I figured it would be all Vols all the time.
Yeah, me too. I figure like once you cross the border, it's all orange and white.
There's actually a restaurant, a nice restaurant in a well-to-do part of town that they have a Michigan Alumni and Spirit Club meetings for every game.
Are those that's not the other meetings that you go to.
No, not those meetings.
Right.
Those meetings are also full of white upper class people. But
yeah, we'll talk about those.
I mean, we can talk about it.
I spent some time in Tennessee when I was a kid. My dad's stepfather was from there, so I went down there a number of times to Smithville. That's
Smithville?
way out. Yeah, that's kind of out in the boonies. At least back then it was. I don't know. Might be built up around it now.
Yeah, everything's built up now.
Yeah.
Anywhere east of the Mississippi, it's not built up by now. Yeah. Except for my my Aunt Pat. She lives near the closest place is Clemson University, the closest place of note, and it's about an hour away. And she lives in a national forest, and they filmed Deliverance.
Right.
The furthest north part of her property, they filmed parts of it before they bought it. So
I remember you talking about
yeah.
Yeah, I remember
So
you
that
talking about
river, that river where they fucking filmed that movie was there. So that South Carolina, Georgia border. right in there.
I remember when I was in the Boy Scouts, they had a camp called Woodruff, which is like
I thought
somewhat.
you suppressed most of those memories.
Well, we didn't get into like alone at the tents at night. That flavor.
Yeah.
But I remember I guess it was like the horse merit badge where they took us to some farm in Tennessee. And I remember it's like me and 10 other little guys out there. And we had like this really, really hot looking farmhand was teaching us all about horse etiquette. And she's like right in front of a horse and she's just going through everything. And while she's talking, we notice the horse starts having like the biggest erection you can imagine. Spontaneously out of there.
I don't know. I can
Like
imagine
everyone
some
talking
pretty big
horse.
erections.
Yeah. Well, the
I
whole
can imagine an erection, not very big.
That's a giant horse cock.
Okay,
it's,
cool. Like, how big of an
it's
erection
one thing
can
for
you
the
guys
horse to
imagine?
come out with it already.
Jeez, my
already
imagination is
full mass.
crazy.
Yeah, I can't. Horse cock.
That's a giant horse cock.
Hey, and that's when my wife says, I reserved the carriage ride. And I'm like, oh, I can just imagine the erections now.
Yeah, dude.
She's listening to all this from the couch, just thinking,
Oh.
oh, I married a fucking loser.
Well, deep down, we're all the same. We're all evil. It's
Correct.
Cool, it's cool though. It's nothing to worry about. But the I've talked about this with Al's youngest brother before, like how weird horse girls are, like girls that are really into horses, like they hang out at the stables and all their like entire YouTube channels, them riding their horse. I'm like, man, we know what this is really about. Deep down, we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know
For
what
sure.
they're getting at. We know what they're getting to. They won't say it. No one will say it. but we know.
This Smithville, Tennessee sounds pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never.
My aunt does. She wasn't technically my aunt, but my dad's stepsister. She doesn't live there now, but she lived there most of her life. Her brother still lives there, and I believe her mom's still there. It was a small
Be right
town.
back, boys. You're in sample time.
It was a real small town. When I went there wasn't a stoplight in the city.
There might still not be. Because it's mostly white, so they probably really don't have any crime or disorderly issues.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, it's been 30. Whoa. I think the last time I was down there, I was like 15, 16. So 35 years.
That's actually where Alan Jackson, the singer's from.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yeah.
Aaron Tippin.
I don't know who that is.
He's a
Singer?
country singer. Yeah.
Okay.
But too, Southern Tennessee's got like a really nice lake country there. Like if I
Man.
figure like if we ever get to retirement age, you want to end up buying a boat, you buy a lake house over there.
Where do you live at?
I am in Warner Robins, Georgia, which is in the center of the state. It's right below Macon, which is probably a little more well known.
Did Michael kick himself out?
I think he was having microphone trouble.
I got you.
I think he's got a pee.
So
Yeah.
where is that in Georgia? Like
That's like smack in the middle of damn Georgia.
middle? Okay.
Yeah, it's like right dead center of the state there, and it's
I'm in Memphis or outside of Memphis, like literal nothing to do but try to not get carjacked, eat some ribs, and that's about it.
yeah. I hear Memphis has like gotten rough over the years. Like it was
Memphis is an absolute shithole. They decided to hire an affirmative action police chief, and got her house broke into and her appliances stolen, and then they stole the gun out of her car, or her gun out of her car or out of her house.
Oh man.
So, yeah, we've got a lot of crime.
I was there like 20 years ago. We got stuck there. We had a layover, and we were supposed to fly from there to Denver, and somehow they screwed up and we missed our flight. And we stayed overnight. And I remember my then wife and I were walking down the main street. What is that, Beale Street or one of them right
Yeah.
there? Well, we had they gave us a voucher to go and get some barbecue. So we went there, went and ate somewhere, and then we were just walking. It was a really nice night. Next thing I know, we like walked like a few blocks down into this like the neighborhoods, and I'm like, I think we better turn around. Like there was a lot. I'm like, it looked like Detroit. It looked like downtown Baghdad. It looked like a lot of bad shit. I was like, oh yeah, we better turn around. And we just turned around and hightailed it out of there.
Downtown in Memphis, it's not like they've cleaned it up a lot.
Yeah. Like
The
I
bad
said, it was
thing
like
is,
20
though,
years
is-
ago, but
Yeah,
I
they've
had to
cleaned
pee,
it up
guys,
a lot.
by
Like
the
it's
way. That's why we left.
like downtown Memphis is fairly clean.
yeah.
There's some cool shit to do, especially if you're into guitars. There's a guitar
Yeah.
museum down there. A lot of other things like that. But I mean,
Yeah, I don't really remember exactly where we were. But
they just have a lot of crime because there's a lot of black people here. Let's face it.
God. All right. So I had to pee and I'm back now.
Hey, stop changing the subject about black people and crime.
No.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, but where I was, I went out there and I was hearing rumbling around and I thought like, this happened the other night too. I thought someone was breaking into my fucking house and my fucking dad he set one of those, he's got like a windmill thing and it has the two blades, but it's bowed. So the blade, if it get a little too much wind, it fucking smacks into each other and starts fucking. It sounds like someone's like a sword fight or something. Scared me to death the other night. But no black people were breaking in my house, Eric. Nothing like that.
They thought about it.
No.
They thought about
They
it.
thought about
they
it.
thought about it. They thought about it.
They considered it. No. All right. So I'm trying to think of here.
So, Big Bird, if you want to come this direction, I highly recommend it because, all in all, people in this state, they're freaking awesome. They're so much better than people up north. Like, it's just night and day. Even our
I've
blacks
decided
are
I would
better
move back
trained.
there. I would. I've always said like the last several years, I'm like, if I move out of this state again, I probably will go to Tennessee.
Oh, it's freaking
Yeah.
beautiful here. Like, and
Every
live
time
on
I've
the-
been down there, I love it.
I live in the shitty side of Tennessee. Like, I gotta go like an hour-ish to the east. But after that, this whole state's amazing. And the food's killer. I think
Yeah.
I showed Mike my barbecue nachos I got the other day. They were delicious.
Yeah.
The farthest
The-
I've ventured into Tennessee
all right.
was Chattanooga. I've been there a couple times over the years, and
Yeah,
I've
it's
always
super nice down there, man.
it's pretty nice. It's
Yeah, that's where my aunt lives now. Her husband's like a big time radio guy, and he got like a big morning, like a program director / morning gig down there like a few years ago. And that was the first time she ever moved out of the city of Smithville. She never lived there anywhere else for the first like 48 years of her life. Now she's down there. Yeah, now she's down there. Her husband landed some sweet gig, so
Nice.
It's interesting
that
because
was a
I
shock.
feel like one of those cities where it's like deep in the valley. Like I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
like somewhere like Huntsville's kind of that way, where it's just like buried in the mountains. But this is like the venture you gotta go over an entire mountain just to get into the heart of the city. Really hammers home just like how deep inside it is.
yeah, I was there once, like, but I was pretty young. I think I was like 13 when I went there.
Yeah, like we've all
It
had
was
that
pretty cool,
that
though.
trip to the aquarium.
Yeah, I would definitely move down there. Yeah, I'd like to get a piece of property and just like kill my own shit and just not be anti like everybody. anti-government, everybody. Just hide
Yeah.
out. Start my own militia. Just start my own militia and be done.
Anti-government militia, you say? Hold on.
Yeah. I want to do the militia, but he spelled M-U-H, militia. Militia.
Militia.
That's my. You want to join us?
Like more reparations.
Yeah. Join
He
me.
wants to be like the only person, like the only white supremacist group on Gangland. Like you're watching the History Channel whenever it's like the scourge of white supremacy in America, and it's like the one trailer park in the middle of Arkansas. Just a bunch of them.
Yeah.
They're using like the Israeli flag as a doormat and everything.
There's no way. There is absolutely no way a good white supremacist would want to get his shoes dirty by wiping them on an Israeli flag.
The funny thing about the Gangland, they always try to kiss up to the gangs to not, so the producers wouldn't get attacked. So no matter what gang it was, like the most dangerous biker gang there is. Every single episode. 1 week it'd be the Pagans. Next week Hell's Angels. The most dangerous biker gang. Every time they're so horrible. I'm so afraid of them.
Here's a
I'll tell you
true
what,
story
Tim.
about Gangland. I actually personally know 2 people that were on that show.
No, do you really?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I actually know one, but he was a cop. He was on the Devil's Disciple episode.
Oh, really?
He lived he lived across the street from me on Bain.
Well, oh god, I got to choose my words very carefully here. The Devil's Disciples episode. There's someone featured on that, and someone I loosely knew something about that show, and he told me he's like this person seems like a goofball, but he'll kill your ass. I'm like, I bet he would.
Yeah,
I bet.
it was crazy when they were talking to the lead investigator, and I'm like, he was like 4 or 5 years older than me. He grew up like right across the street, but he was like, by the time we moved there, he was like just graduated and went to college, so I didn't really know him. He went in the military, went to college, and then became a cop, state cop. So
yep, this one dude, Al, I've talked to you about him before. The guy I work with.
Yep,
and he was in a club.
Yeah,
he wasn't into Devil's Disciples. I'll say that he was not in that group, but he was definitely 1%. And he had no qualms about being on the show. He was totally going to be on it. He literally just like was always so busy because he's no longer in, but he's got his like wife and kids and he owns business. He was just too busy, but he had no problem. I'm like, dude, I'll disguise your voice. He's like, nah, you ain't got to do any of that shit. I'll come on. I got to find time. He didn't care.
Yeah, he didn't care.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. But he was deeply involved with a 1% club, and it would have been so cool. It wasn't even so much about his club stuff. He was just a really hilarious fucking guy. He was like side-splittingly funny. He was a power lifter too. 50. He's 50 years old. And on his 50th birthday, he wanted to prove he could still bench press 500 fucking pounds, and he did it.
Dang.
He's just a fucking beast. Just a beast of a guy.
I can't bench that much. Close, but not that much.
I can do 495.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like really close. Like, I mean, like 450 pounds off,
Yeah. But he was cool, dude. I would have loved to have had him on, and he was totally down. He didn't even care. He didn't care if I disguised his voice. None of it. He just whatever.
So you don't talk to him anymore?
No, he quit. He worked for us as like just a side job, literally.
Yeah, right.
And
I remember.
He's a truck driver, and then he freaking, I don't know. I just kind of stopped talking to him, but he was really a good guy. I might throw him a text one day and get him on, but I haven't talked to him in about 2 years. Yeah, he was the sergeant of arms in a club.
I'm calling it. I'm gone. I'll see you guys. I'm
See ya,
tired.
man.
All right, Al.
I'll see you, Al.
See you later, guys.
You guys. Later.
You just totally made him nervous.
Yeah, he's like, and he
Bring
told me,
up
he said,
some
if
of
you
those
ever
bad-
talk to that guy Al, I'll kill him. That's what Al's acting like.
You made him nervous.
And he's like, if you ever talk to Al again, I'll kill him and you both. But yeah. Well, anyways, I wanted to. I guess we can end it. We did a little bit of a short stream. I want to thank you guys for coming on, man.
Go ahead. Thank you for sending us the link.
All right, no problem.
We got
Eric, if they do it next year, we'll do it again.
Every year.
The Big Ten fucking
Hey,
championship.
what we really need to do is figure out how you need to be involved, Big Bird. I mean, it's the wave of the future, man, and you all just don't know it yet. We all need to throw in on some community property to live on when the world goes to hell.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do a compound, right?
You could call it a compound.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what feds say, though, which makes me kind of curious about you, man.
Yeah, the feds say.
Yeah. Well, I'm not employed by any federal entities. I just sort of contracted to work for them.
Fed.
So I'm
I'm not an
assuming
official glowy. I can tell you that.
I'm assuming that Big Bird works for some aerospace company.
Yeah.
Because I've already looked up his location and learned everything about it.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's like that's like the one shining fact about the city. It's like if it wasn't for the Air Force, it practically wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
it sounds like a nice town.
I mean, I'm
we
kind of
could
living
get-
in a nice section of it. It's sort of the farther north you go, the less friendly it gets.
Well,
Yeah.
if we could get if Mike actually came to the South and experienced, like, I wear shorts almost year round down here in northern Tennessee. Like, your winter clothes, they'll last you for the rest of your life. Like, you don't need them anymore.
No.
It's almost like heaven here, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of family down in like southeastern Kentucky, and even there, which isn't as far south as you, like my cousin lived there in the winter. I went there in the winter one time, and it's not winter like how we know in the Midwest at all.
No, it's
Not at
completely
all.
different.
Not-
If we get anything really over a half an inch of snow, they close all the schools down, and like even the fast food joints, because I almost starved to death one day. I had to use a gas station because everything closes at a half inch of snow. Everything. No bullshit. Like, it's just
I went down to Kentucky in
What town was
February,
that?
and the weather was here. Here it was fine. There was nothing wrong with the weather. But when I got into the hills, like, and they're not huge hills, but 1,000 to 1,200 feet, elevation going up and down. But it was snowing, and that was pretty gnarly, dude. Compared to like being here, where they have plows and it's flat and it's not a big deal. Even though it was only a couple inches of snow, I was like, dude, this is fucking. I could go off this cliff and die. So they don't have the means to like remove it as quick as like up here. So I could see them at a half inch. Like, all right, we're done. We're not doing nothing.
What town was it that your relatives live in?
Pike County, Kentucky. I got various relatives in Pike County. So it's like where Kentucky, West Virginia, and Virginia meet, right in that area. All my family's down there.
Okay.
It's like coal, they fucking, it's coal country, they call it.
Yeah, that shit's out there.
Yeah, well, it's pretty rural, man. But they could be to like They can be like Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg and all that in a few hours because that's where they that's like their version of like cabining. Like going like here, everybody goes up north to fucking cabin. That's what they do down there. They go to fucking Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. But they're doing it for like the opposite reason. Like city slickers like me, we go to, we're getting away in the hills. For them, it's like to go shopping. It's like a completely different mindset.
Visiting the outlets.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
You got to
completely
take
different
extra
reason.
mules when you go to the city. You don't know what you're going to come back with.
Yeah. Now Tennessee, though, I heard though it's being infested with hipsters. I did hear that.
Nashville.
Nashville is, yeah.
Yeah. Nashville's going to be our Chicago, even though Memphis is full of the darks.
Yeah.
Like Nashville, everybody from fucking Illinois and all the other faggot loser states, they're all moving to Nashville, and they're kind of slowly taking over those counties and ruining it.
Yeah, no.
Did you see the picture of my Mel Gibson shirt? You don't even use Telegram anymore, do you?
No.
No?
I'm not on Telegram. No, I was on there. I did buy ivermectin on there. On Telegram. A link that someone
I
sent.
just found some more than I had in my closet the other day.
Yeah, I got some ivermectin on there for sure. And when okay, the freaking now my a close friend of mine has family in Loudoun County, and I don't know where that is, how far that's from where you're at, but they're in Loudoun County, and they're like native to there. They've been there since it was founded. Like they've been there forever. He hadn't been down there. He hadn't been down there since he was a kid. He went down to Loudoun County, and he said he went to a local bar, and there's like serious hipster faggotry going on. And he went in there, and he's like, "Oh, hey, he's like, he's a friendly guy. He's like, how you guys doing this night?" He's like, "Oh, are you a tourist?" He's like, "Actually, no. My family kind of founded this place, this whole, But he said it was pretty bad with the hipsterdom. So,
yeah, that's going on a lot out there because all these fucking people, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna move to the mountains and raise free range, organic, homosexuality free chickens."
Yeah.
And
well, the funny thing is, like, me and my sister were talking about this. The people that they're trying to live like even well-meaning people. They're trying to like live the trad lifestyle. Like we're gonna do free range. We're gonna homestead. You got to be a particular type of person to do that kind of lifestyle. You can't just willy-nilly decide like I'm gonna just farm my own food and I'm gonna homestead. You have to like kind of know what that entails. It's not fucking easy at all. And my family did it, and my dad's family did it in rural Kentucky. During the fucking Depression and everything. It's not easy. Well, I saw this. So she sends me this YouTube channel. This dude and his hippie wife living. I don't know where they live, and she's like crying because she has to go like, get eggs from the chicken and stuff. So it's not for everybody. You can't just decide you're gonna do that. You have to kind of. That's passed down through generations. You can't just like randomly decide, well, I hate society, man. I'm gonna go live in the woods.
Well, it's like I've had people in my family. I have an aunt and uncle that for like the longest time I knew lived in suburban Philadelphia, like Northwest Philly, for like the longest time. And then up until a couple of years ago, I found out they moved out somewhere west, and they got like their own homestead, and they're like growing chickens. They got like a horse farm going on. They got like nice.
Are they hanging in there? How they doing?
I mean, they're doing good. It just it was kind of bizarre where it's like I figured I mean, the majority of my family up north, they live around the Warminster Township, which is kind of
Okay.
like that nice divide where it's like it's kind of suburban and all that, but you got some segments that you
Yeah.
allow for like a farm here and there. So I guess they weren't fully removed from it, but in just the last couple of years to actually go like the full farmer route is
Yeah, it's. I guess if you go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry. I guess if you do your homework and talk to the right people and get yourself set up the right way, you can do it. But man, you can't just like willy nilly just decide like I'm gonna homestead. You gotta know your shit because
yeah.
it's a tough life. Everyone's like, because you'll see a lot of people and they're like, oh man, I'm trad. Our ancestors did this and that. It's like, yeah, but they were like cut from a different cloth than we were. They were completely different than we
They
are.
didn't eat Taco Bell drunk on Saturday.
Yeah.
It was
They
like-
weren't a fucking level. They weren't a level 78 mage at fucking, Skyrim or whatever.
No shit. Like
They were like, yeah,
they had to kill shit and then gather the firewood to cook the shit, or they would fucking die.
yeah. So it's like,
But it's good
I'm gonna
that
go- I'm gonna
people
go out
it's
the-
good that people are getting out and doing that kind of shit though. And getting some kind of satisfaction from the whole situation, because honestly, I mean you know me, not even trying to be corny, but there's a hell of a lot more personal gratification in that than going to Walmart and buying all your shit there.
I'm sure there is, but the thing is, I can kind of recognize though that you have to be cut out a certain way. Now, I guess we're all humans. If the lights go out, let's say right now there's an EMP pulse, fucks up our satellites, we're all done, right?
Well, they had
Our
that
impulse,
solar flare going
our
on the
impulse,
last
our
couple of
survival
days. That
impulses
could be
will kick
that could
in and
actually
we'll all
happen.
hunt and kill. But like, I guess being prepared helps. But all the preparation and like you see a lot of preppers, and I look at a lot of prepper channels, and I look at a lot of these different communities and stuff. But once the lights go out, like it's you can prep all you want and you can have all the gold you want, all the ammo, but none of it means anything if you can't defend from the hordes. And it's not going to be like hordes of like 10 people. When you look at like Weimar Republic and some of these things that happened when they went into the farmhouses, it wasn't hordes of it was like hordes of thousands. You know what I mean? You got to be prepared for it. It's a completely different thing than how it's presented. You see, like, what's that show, Walking Dead? There's like raider gangs of 10 or 15. No, it'd be a lot more people than that are like starving. I think people become, criminal after a 1 week of without food, cannibalistic after 2 weeks without food. So you're facing hordes of cannibals. So you got to protect your shit from hordes of cannibals. Thousands.
It's kind of interesting to think like if things do get that bad when like the initial fall happens, like there's going to be that one prepper family that manages to outlast everybody else.
Oh, sure.
And it's going to be. It's kind of interesting that we made fun of these people for like 20 years now, like the nuclear prepper community, and to think like at least one of those families is going to make it out, is going to adapt to the
The
time.
biggest thing is
I'm dying of radiation.
I've seen this statistic from multiple different sites. If there was a major catastrophe in this country, give or take, you might as well call it 75% will be dead within 3 to 4 months.
I think the most fascinating theory I heard
that's real uplifting. That's fine.
I've seen that same stat from several different places with varying numbers, obviously, but within, I mean, you got to figure most people. You're pretty much going to take everybody in a city because none of them are going to make it out. They're going to turn on each other far before anybody in small town America.
Yeah, oh, sure.
But
Yeah.
they say about like, I mean, you might as well call it 75% are going to be dead within 3 to 4 months.
Well, we kind of saw that in 2020 when like all BLM riots were going on.
Yeah.
Where, like the inner cities were just tearing themselves apart. But if you were like in a gated community or somewhere out a little isolated,
Well, that's why I
everybody would
said
just
that
circle the wagons and wait it out.
realistically, the only way that people then will be able to make it is to band together into groups. And if you don't have your groups figured out before it happens, you're not going to make it, because there won't be any actual real structure. And that's why in this area that's why more people need to go in on large plots of land to prepare for an event like that.
Well, I meant to mention before, like there is a recurring trend of people from up north starting to creep their way down here. Because I remember when I was working in that frozen food warehouse a year or two ago.
Well,
Like
the weather
everybody
sucks up north, the taxes suck, the people suck, everything sucks up there.
Well,
And they come to the south to vacation, and they're like, "Oh, this is great. Let's move down here now." And then they try to make the south the north, and the people from the south ain't having that.
Well, it's remarkable the number of people that I talk to that are like from Illinois or like middle of Michigan that have decided to relocate down here. Which I guess makes sense. Like you just like hearing about Illinois. It's like what else do they got in there? It's just like corn and Chicago, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, they've got the
one
highest
stretch of
property taxes in the nation. They've got a large income tax. I mean, there's no realistically good reason to stay there. And that's why so many people are leaving. They're actually losing the most people typically every year than any state.
For Illinois?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I got out before everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna escalate because we've already seen like everybody from LA and California making their way over to Texas. Like they want to turn Austin.
They're not just going to Texas is the problem. They're taking over the entirety of the West Coast. Actually, was it Montana? They were putting out bumper stickers that said "Montana sucks. Go back to California," because they don't want people from California moving there, because Wyoming, Montana, they've already fucked up Oregon and Washington because they're so close. Idaho, all the Californians, they've already fucked up Colorado.
Arizona.
They've proceeded to spread out, and they've ruined one half of the nation, like literally in the past like 6 or 8 years.
Well, I'm just curious as like what happens when like this great migration happens and like the middle to southeastern section of the country gets flooded by all these people. Like what happens to all these cities after like 20 years of everybody excavate? Like it either somebody comes in and tries to renovate, or it turns into like a Detroit where like nature comes up from the concrete to
everything's going to be like
things.
Detroit. And that's where we're going to put all the Mexicans that we have that don't have homes right now.
Well, I thought that's what Chicago was.
Watch
for.
and see. Mike's laughing, but Mike knows that I make crazy predictions that come true.
Well, the funny thing is,
I gotta get off of here, y'all. I'll talk to you soon. I gotta go to bed.
I'll see ya.
I gotta do some racist shit on the computer and then get some sleep.
All right, guys. See ya.
Love you. Bye.
See ya. All right, Goon. All right, we're going to give the Goon another chance here. Let's see what he does.
Uh-oh.
We're going to get him in here. We're going to end it with the Goon. Goon. There's your stream, Goon.
Let's
There's
have
your
a
link.
nice song parody to close things out.
No, what happened here? All right, here we go. I tried to send him the link to get him in here to end the show. Goon, hit the link, Goon. We're gonna end the show with you. We're gonna end the show with you, bud. By the way, Big Bird, appreciate you coming in here, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I've been kind of busy. I think this is like the second awkward call-in I've had in like the last week, and
But,
it's been
you
a
know-
while between that.
But it's cool because we don't really do the call-ins anymore. You know, we're just so it was good to get you in while we had it. All right, Goon. We're gonna do the
Riddle
final
me this.
final segment with the Goon. How you
Riddle.
doing,
You
dude?
know what? You know what? Riddle me this. Who commits over 50% of crimes in America, but only takes up about 20% of the population?
I don't know, Gypsy Crusader. You tell me.
I love that guy. I was actually on 2 of his streams before. It's a shame that man had to go down in streaming history as an
Yeah,
absolute legend.
Yeah, that Ola. What's his real name? Is it Joe or what the fuck is his real name? But he goes
Some
by his real name, Miller.
Basic
something.
white ass name.
Yeah, that guy was hilarious. So, and the funny thing is, Omegle's gone. Omegle's gone in general.
I
They
actually
fucking
was
shut
on
him
it the
down.
very last day it was alive, and it was shocking to like. It was shocking to see. Like I'm surprised, but I'm not. It was getting worse because 1 in every like 3 people was just boom, 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 edging all day, and it was disgusting. But I got some funny clips from there. YouTube ain't even ready for it. YouTube is not ready for the absolute heat.
I know. If you before we go, do you have any social media? You can say it right now. We'll, say it right now. We
I actually
get people to
don't yet,
follow you.
but if I were to
No?
create one, it'd be a Boon Squad Mega Million Scratch Off ticket.
There you go. All
Listen
right.
to Dracula Flow 3, guys. Best song. And let me send y'all off on an absolute rocket ship because I'm about to blast off in this hole.
Do it. Hit it.
Let's go, boys.
There you go. All right. You speak pretty clearly for someone that's baking down in such a way.
Gasher quad meal from McDonald's, baby.
All right, man.
Pickle burger, bitch. Straight
you
out
guys
of it,
are-
homie. Straight out of it, homie. We gradient in this bitch. We really went Fortnite on it. Ooh. All right, I'm about to go edge. Have a great night.
all right, man. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you.
Of course, I had the Goon Squad in this bitch. Shout out to my
Word.
man Kai Faze on YouTube.
All right. Thanks. All right. I guess the last words is glad to have you in here, Big Bird. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for calling in. You're one of our OG fans that would call in. So we're glad to have you.
Oh, hey, anytime, man. It was good
All right,
talking to you.
guys. I think we'll end it. We're going to end it with another AWH song. It's about killing the Rocky Mountain Bull elk. And I appreciate everybody for fucking coming in here. And it's a fun little stream we had tonight. And go blue.